Hello, this weekend we are off and racing with a whole stable of Group 1 races. In Sydney we've got the Spring Champion Stakes, and in Melbourne a big lineup with the Caulfield Stakes, the Caulfield Guineas, the Toorak Handicap and the 1000 Guineas. A massive weekend of Spring Carnival racing. Daily Telegraph racing editor Ray Thomas, who are you backing?
Yeah, hello Moira, hello everyone. Yeah, great race day both in Sydney and Melbourne. The last Group 1 in Sydney for the year is the Spring Champion Stakes, and what a race day in Melbourne it is. Caulfield Guineas Day, Moira. The first of our selections is at Royal Randwick, and look, I'm pretty keen on on Music Magnate in race for the October handicap. He'll be about a $2.60 favourite, Moira, but this is an emerging young galloper, very impressive at Rose Hill 2 weeks ago. I think he'll win again. He's a horse on the rise. We could see him in Melbourne during the Spring Carnival, Moira. There's the Spring Champion Stakes. Look, I know he's short Vanbrugh at $1.80, but this is a good horse, Vanbrugh, and I think he'll be winning again. He comes off that Gloaming Stakes win, but he was dominant that day. That's the best form line going into the Spring Champion Stakes. Vanbrugh, I think, will win that one and give Chris Waller another major. In Caulfield, it's the Caulfield Guineas is the feature, and that man, Chris Waller, again, he has Press Statement lining up. Look, Moira, I know he's drawn barrier 14. That's always tricky around Caulfield, but this is a pretty special colt. He just needs to find some cover early, and he'll be very, very hard to beat. I think the Sydney 3-year-olds have the edge over the Melbourne 3-year-olds. Press Statement in the Caulfield Guineas. And our best outsider back at Randwick in the Angst Stakes is Berry Delicious. It's about a $7 chance. Very good last start at a third run back from a spell. She's ready to win. I think there's no doubts about her. At 1,600 metres, Berry Delicious, good odds, more at about $7.
All right, Ray, well, let's go to Melbourne now, where the Herald Sun's chief racing writer Matt Stewart joins us. And Matty, you're tipping a top-class mare who's trialled well and drawn well.
Yeah, absolutely, Moira. And just before I talk about Noble Protector, I think Ray's right about the Sydney Colts being, a lot stronger than the Melbourne ones, and Press Statement should probably be able to overcome that barrier and beat a pretty average group of locals in the Guineas. But in the Toorak, there's a mare, an imported mare of Robert Spurden's called Noble Protector, who was really disappointing first up at Flemington, but that was a month ago. She drew the rails that day and just sort of appeared to get a bit claustrophobic. She's had a month off. She's trialled well since. She's a really, really good mare, as Ray knows. We've seen a bit of her up in Sydney as well. At $8.50 in the Toorak from a good barrier draw, I think Noble Protector can go really, really well. And for those who lost their money on her at Flemington, maybe back up again and you'll get something back. The Sydney visitor from the Waterhouse Camp, Pornichet in the Caulfield Stakes. I think with the cleaner not around, I think he might be at a really dominant on-pace role in the Caulfield Stakes tomorrow. And at $6 each way, I think Pornichet is just a pinch to nothing each way. And a minor race on the program, but a horse who ran really well at 100-1 first up, and that was Tristram's Son, second up in the fourth race tomorrow at Caulfield at about $6.50. He looks extremely well placed.
Thanks so much, Maddie. Time now for this week's Pony in Profile, and today we're looking at the Chris Waller trained Press Statement. What a horse, Ray. He's outstanding, Moira. He's my selection, the Caulfield Guineas, and look, I think provided he gets a bit of luck early from that wide barrier, he can win the Group 1 Classic. 56.5 under the set weight conditions. They're all 3-year-olds. He's a lovely bay colt. Just had the 6 starts for 4 wins. Prize money a little over $600,000. He's already valued at about $7 or $8 million already, Moira. I think you can double that price if he wins the Caulfield Guineas. He's a very promising colt. Just needs a touch of luck from that wide barrier. Hugh Bowman rides Moira. No one riding better. I'm going with Press Statement in the Caulfield Guineas. Well, what a weekend of Spring Carnival racing fever, Ray. So exciting to get to the track. Be sure to pick up your weekend form guide, available in all our capital city papers, including the Daily Telegraph, Herald Sun and Courier Mail, or simply download it online. Until next time, happy racing.